And today I'm very excited to tell you that how you can use ChatGPT to learn Python very quickly. And yes, we will make use of ChatGPT Talk to GPT feature that I don't have to type my prompt every time to ask the question. Let's click on the start button. Hey ChatGPT, I want to learn Python. Can you give me the outline please? Once you complete your question, just click over here so that
Sure.
it will
Here's a
start
concise
generating the
outline to learn
response and it will
Python.
not listen to whatever I'm
Basics.
speaking right now.
Introduction to
Okay, it
Python and
has
its
started
features.
giving me the
Installing Python and
outline.
setting up the development environment. Running Python code and using the Python interpreter. Variables, data types, and basic operations. Control flow statements, if-else, loops, functions and modules. Data structures.
Okay, I have skipped it. Okay, let ChatGPT to complete its response and then we will ask it about another question. Okay, it is also advising that remember to practice coding regularly, work on small projects, and refer to official documentation and online resources for more in-depth understanding. Happy learning. Okay, it has given us the outline to learn Python. Let's first see what it's covering in the basic introduction to Python and its features. Okay, I have another question that what is the scope of Python? If I'm going to learn a new language, I should know what are the areas where I can use this new language. Let's ask it. Okay, please tell me where I can use Python code and or what are the areas where Python is usable. Okay, let's see. Has it understood? Huh? No? Let me again ask it. Okay, please tell me that as I'm going to start learning Python, sorry, what are the areas where I can use Python or what are the advantages of learning Python? Okay, it has generated prompt. Okay, please tell me that I'm going to start learning Python. Sorry, what are the areas where it has also
Python is a versatile programming language with numerous
the
applications and
advantages. Okay,
advantages.
now it's telling us the advantages
Here
of
are
using
some
Python
areas
that
where
he has.
Python is commonly used and the
Let's
advantages.
ask it to not read it for us. We will read it by ourselves. Python development, Python is a framework like Flash, Django, which are a web-based framework. So I'm just quickly reading all these things. You can use it inside the data science and the analytics for your data. You can use Python to for automation and scripting purposes. Python's simplicity and readability make it ideal for automating repetitive tasks and write a script that is commonly used for tasks like file handling, data processing, and yes, you can use it. You can use it inside artificial intelligence and machine learning too. You can use it for IoT purposes, and you can also use it for game development. And here, and why one should learn Python? The reason is it is simple and a readable language. It is very resembled to daily life English, and it is a very large community is working on it. That if you get any problem, people are there to help you in that. It is a cross platform. You can, if you write a program, you can run it on Windows, Mac, Linux, or any other system because you don't have to write a separate program for each other platform, and it has extensive libraries. People say that it is not telling us that how many libraries, but people say there are approximate 150,000, means 150,000 libraries are there for if you work with Python. You can use those libraries to automate or simplify your tasks and the rapid prototyping development. If you want to develop a prototype, a model of any software, you can use it, the Python very quickly, and there are so much career opportunities. Okay, now let's ask ChatGPT that tell me about loops. What are okay? Let's first ask it about the data types. Um, can you please tell us that how many data types are there in Python? Okay, let's see.
Python has several built-in data types.
Mhm.
Here are the main ones. Numeric types. Int, Integer numbers without decimals. Float.
Okay, it is taking
Floating
time.
point.
Let's read it ourselves. It is saying that there are numeric types, integer, float, and complex number. You have a sequence type, a string, list, tuple, ordered, immutable. It is telling about the list properties. It is telling about the tuple properties, and you also have the mapping types, the dictionary object, and you have set type, and you have boolean types, and true or false, and you have none type, which is known as null in other programming languages. Okay, let's ask ChatGPT, please provide me some examples of using these data types. Okay, it's not listening right now. Please provide me some examples in Python of using these data types. Okay.
Certainly.
To use
Here are
numeric,
some examples and basic operations of using the different data types in Python.
You can see you
Numeric
can
types.
just copy and paste this
Int.
code into your Python editor,
Python
and
copy
yes,
codex equals
you are
10.
good to go.
Y equals
Let's-
minus 5. Z equals 0. Float.
I have stopped GPT to read the messages for us, and yes, to create a list, use this code. Simple. Yes, this is a list, and I will give you the demo here. That just copy this line, paste it here. No, one line at a time. Okay, and if you get the type of these numbers, yeah, it's a list. Okay, and if you print the numbers, yes, okay, simple. So you just have to copy and paste the code generated by this chat GPT, and here it is giving you the example of dictionary. This is the first element, comma subtractedly there is a second element, and here it's a tuple. uh, Let me tell you one thing, that lists are denoted by this square bracket, tuple is represented by parenthesis, and the dictionary is represented by curly bracket or set. But dictionary is represented by name and value pair. This is a name and this is a value separated by comma. This is a second value separated by another comma, and this is a third value. And here you have frozen set. Okay, you have boolean types, you have none. That I want to make this empty, let me give you this example, that numbers equals to none. Okay, now if you ask what are numbers, it's nothing. Okay, let's ask another question about loops. Thank you so much. Tell me about loops, and also give the example that how we can use loops inside Python. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by. Oh, sorry. It couldn't understand. I'm asking about loops. What type of loops are in Python? Also give me the example, please. It couldn't understand. Tell me about loops. Also tell me, I want to learn loops in Python. Also provide me some examples of loops in Python.
In
Okay,
Python,
tell me about loop.
loops
Also
are
tell me
used
I
to
want to learn
repeatedly
loops in
execute a
Python.
block
Provide
of
me.
code until
It
a
is
certain
telling us
condition is met.
again. I'm asking it not to read for me. I will read it by myself. For loops, it is telling me about for loop and while loop. There are two types of loops in Python: for loop and while loop. It is um, giving me the code to use for loop in Python, and it is giving me the code to write while loop in Python, and that's it. Yes, this is very correct. Now let's ask ChatGPT that how can we make classes. Hmm. Okay. Please tell me what are classes in Python? What is object-oriented programming, and how can I write classes and their objects in Python?
In Python,
Hmm.
classes are used to define objects that encapsulate data and behavior. A class serves as a blueprint or template for creating objects.
I have again stopped ChatGPT to read the messages. It is telling me about the classes, what is object-oriented programming, and what are the classes, and how can we make our own classes. If you know little about Python, you know this is the constructor, and if you don't know, I have other videos on Python where I am explaining all about Python code. You can go and view about that. And here is a function, here is another function which is also got the method. This function is different. This is known as a special function, which is followed by double underscore and a prefix and suffix. This works like a constructor in Python, and here it is making the object of that class, and here it is utilizing that object inside the code. And this is it. You can see that we can use ChatGPT to learn Python very quickly, but this is this is not a supervised learning. If you need a very quick learning, you need a supervised learning. For example, you need a tutor, you need an online course. But if you have little knowledge, you can use ChatGPT to quickly get further knowledge about any topic, any idea of Python or any other thing. So I think this is enough for today's session. Thank you very much, and don't forget to subscribe my channel for further videos.